a really big uh, mental health advocate.
Hmm.
Where are you at on that? I want you to open the floor on that one, and let us know what's happening.
Right on.
Um, so of course I'm a mental health advocate, more so geared towards, women in the African American community.
Hmm.
But a as a African American woman who loves Black men, who is raising two young African American men, I'm a huge advocate for therapy, period. But I'm definitely a advocate for Black men going to therapy. And I say that to say I will never understand the plight of a Black man because I don't know what it's like to wake up and go out into a world every day that literally hates you. I have no clue what that's like. I definitely know that there are traumas that Black men will experience, even my sons, even, my cousins, my brothers, whatever.
Yeah.
They will, you all will experience traumas that I will never be able to understand. I don't know that fear of stepping outside of your door and thinking, damn, am I going to make it home, or is a police officer going to shoot me, or, whatever the case may be. So I know that like Black men have trauma, and specifically speaking to the post that, that you shared today, Alan, about, Black men needing therapy for their trauma. A comment was made like, no, um, as mothers, we pass our traumas on to our children. I wholeheartedly disagree with that because my personal traumas are not the traumas of my sons. My sons will experience their own trauma. And case in point, they will need somebody to talk to, some type of professional. So I am a huge advocate for going to therapy. I don't suggest that people that look like us go to people that don't look like us, because
Facts.
who are you to tell me what it's like to be a Black woman? A
Right.
white man can't tell a Black man how to be a Black man and not to be afraid and that his trauma is relevant, because you don't fucking understand. I've had different therapists of all different walks of life, white, Black, male, female, and I've only found
Likewise.
that African American therapists, be it male or female, can understand what it is like to be a Black woman, raising a Black child, raising specifically Black men. So I'm a huge advocate for Black men going to therapy for whatever they need to go to therapy for.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. Um, I think today was. I'm not going to call it an eye opener, because it definitely was not an eye opener. It was just actually really more so confirmation. Um, and something that I touched on in one of the threads was just how I feel like the gap gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger with every post, every question, because I don't think that people are really open. I mean, Facebook is a cesspool of craziness anyway, as is. So then you throw in something that people are really emotional about. What happens in my experience is that the actual topic gets buried and people are just going back and forth with their own personal beliefs. And in this instance, for me, I think it was more so being a Black man that has gone to therapy and dealt with things. I lost my older brother when I was 4 years old.
Mm.
I didn't grieve his death until I was 21, like legit, like
Right.
because that was when I was getting out of the house, and I was like, man, I wonder what life would be like if I lived with my brother and we had our own crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would we be doing? We be kicking it and da,
Right.
da, da, da. And then going through dealing with issues that I dealt with, through high school with my father, and just so on and so forth. So many things that have happened, relationships, kind of burying things,
Hmm.
and knowing these things, and then for people to come like, well, Black men need to do this, and I don't take it as, they say hit dogs holler, right?
Hmm.
But I feel like so many comments, and I'm not just talking about it Facebook in general. You could be watching a TV show, a blog, sitting down watching a live panel, and all those the ambiguous statements come through, and if you are kind of feeling a certain way, it will touch you. But even if you're just passionate about a subject, I could say that you know Black people don't know how to create generational wealth, right? This is an
Right.
example. Please don't come at me for this one, y'all.
Right.
Jesus. You, they're like, oh, AI said it generates well.
Mhm.
Oh, what he doing? Oh, shut up.
Right. Well, yeah,
Uh,
the truth hurts, man. Go
right.
ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah. So people jump on it, and before you know it, you're in a position of you're on the defense now, right? And
Right.
you're not able to say, hey, and then you have another person, like I said, coming at you from their angle, and then this angle, that angle. So I try not to get caught up and indulge in those things. I try to let those spaces be kind of open, but they get like rowdy really quick,
Right.
And just to touch on the subject, because that's where I was going, I kind of went way off there. Um, I feel like that anybody, I mean, therapy is going to help anybody, something that I tell a lot of people, your friends are not your therapists.
Yeah.
So it's good to have people there that listen, and they're open, and they say, but number one, your friends are going to be biased. That's number one.
Right.
Yeah.
Number two, some people don't really know how to necessarily deal with their friends. They're coming saying, I lost my train of thought there, sorry. But number two, people don't know how to really deal with truth from their friends, is what I was getting at.
Right.
um some people, oh, you jealous, so you this, so you feel this kind of way, oh, that's my deepest, darkest secret, and you gonna pull that out on me, you know um and secondly, or thirdly, I should say, your friends got stuff going on too. They don't get
Right.
paid to sit and listen to your problems. It's nice, definitely nice, but it's probably not always the best to have. Sometimes you need that fresh mind, those fresh eyes,
Mhm.
to actually comb over a situation and evaluate from there. I'm talking a lot, man, but the floor is open. Shot. I mean, let me know, how are you feeling? As a black man, you and I are pretty much same generation.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's
So I
your
mean,
experience like?
well, first and foremost, man, I'm definitely with Harlem, and with you. And you were not talking a lot. The problem is a lot of us are not talking enough. When it
Yes.
comes to things like
Mm-hmm.
this. So I want to take it back to the fact that, and if you let me give the new listeners a disclaimer, about Rashad. I'm pretty sure Daryl over there laughing, and AI too, and probably Harlem too. When I come from the heart and my intentions are to be super positive, I am unapologetic.
Hmm.
I recognize that opinions are like couches at people mama houses. It's always available for you to sleep on, and some niggas are sleeping on them right now, which is fine. It's all good. I say that to just say this. I'm gonna tell you how I feel.
Absolutely.
So first and foremost, man, one of the things that the black community, I'm black and happen to be a part of the black community, or the
Really?
the mythological idea of a black community, right?
Shad's a black man, if you didn't know.
Yeah, blackity black. Actually, Nigerian and Native American, but that's a whole nother conversation for another.
Ancestry
Hey,
DNA. Yeah.
yeah,
No.
hey,
Yeah.
just having the roots, having the roots. Side note: talk to your elders before
Yes,
they
sir.
leave,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Talk to your elders. But I mean, just we come from what the fuck is therapy? We grew up on that. What is therapy? In a sense of going to talk to a professional about your problems and issues and so on and so forth. Like, one of the things we got to be honest about is that, and this is a generalization, but in the hood, what was therapy? You don't go talk to a therapist. That's white people shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that. So just right there, we're already dealing with a great amount of pain, trauma, ignorance, just based on conditioning. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. And then number two, and I love my sisters, I love my brothers and my sisters, but we got to talk about this. And I don't hear a lot of people say this nowadays. They used to say it all the time when they had these conversations. Number one, when it came to the sisters, it'll be things, and I want people to really listen to what I'm getting ready to say. The whole, don't let no nigga get over on you. Don't let no nigga do this to you. Niggas ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. With men, black men, it was, you bet not cry. You a punk. You bet not have no feelings. Fuck this, and nigga, you got to be hard and all this other stuff. Now, sounds typical. Sounds like what you were hearing, this trash rap that's ran by people